Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and you're listening to the PanelsOnPages.com podcast.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Nyes.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm, except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Today is Tuesday, September 5th, 2017, and this is episode number 392. Creeping up on 400 on the PanelsOnPages.com podcast. I'm your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
Alexa, play the Rome-branded March Gloves now.
Jose Guzman.
Am I muted or unmuted? You hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah,
Hear
we
you.
hear you.
Nailed it.
All right. And Kelly Harris.
Kamen Rider is very good.
It's pretty good. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I finished up X-Aid last night and watched Build today. Good stuff.
I did both of those prior to this show.
On one hand, I think it's kind of a bitch move that they basically said that, you know, much like DLC in a video game, the ending of X-Aid is going to be in a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Well, is that at least
But I feel like
the
they
movie?
tied it up well enough.
They did. But then also that means they get to see more X-Aid in a few months, so that makes it okay.
Yeah. It all works out.
Yeah.
Is that a show, or do they normally do like little movies?
They all they do a couple movies every year for Kamen Rider and for the Super Sentais, but they tend to kind of be fairly self-contained, whereas this one is kind of treated as like a coda, like, you know, they even call it true ending. Like it's kind of the end of that story until they do more like direct to DVD shit next year, which I again am all about.
Yeah.
The title of this episode is "We Done, Y'all."
X-Aid was a lot of damn fun. I dug it a lot.
I did like that at the end, instead of saying the game is over, they said the game never ends, or the game is forever, or something like that.
Fucking cool. It's a good show. It's a good show, people. It's fun.
I made the note, Jose. Episode 392, we done, y'all. So, while you guys were talking about X-Aid, apparently when I did my little intro there, making fun of Alexa during the intro there, it actually turned Alexa on in the other room and started playing Rihanna's work at full blasty.
Oh, man. See, I saw some stuff on Twitter today saying how it was the 25th anniversary of the first episode of the Batman animated series.
Ooh.
So I was like, hey, remember the time we talked to Batman and put that at the front of the fucking show?
Yeah, we peaked.
I remember when that came out, man. That shit was. That's what when I watched that first episode, I was like, "No, this shit's good."
Nah,
It was Sunday night,
it was a Sunday night, really.
and it was
Prime
Sunday
time?
night, and it was On Leather Wings, the Man-Bat episode.
Wow.
Which
Oh,
I
that
don't
shit was
know- I
good.
don't think that's the first episode. Like, technically, if you look at the episode guide, I think that's episode 1. That's the first one they did. And I remember like being a kid and not having any frame of reference for what Man-Bat was, and thinking, "Holy shit, this is a horror movie! Like, this is awesome! It's so good, great."
Yeah, I loved how it was just like that sleek, old but new. Like you couldn't tell where it.
Yeah. Where it took
the
place. Kind of like the
But
Tim Burton Batman movies, where there
Yeah, very
wasn't
timeless.
a real watermark on them. I mean, they look like old 1930s shit going on with all the gangsters and fedoras, but still, it
Man,
had that,
see,
yeah.
my brother's Riddler, you killed him. Man, see,
But it had that grime of, you know, modern day. I liked how they kind of used the movie designs, but not. They kind of springboarded off of those. Like Mark Hamill's Joker wasn't necessarily Jack Nicholson's Joker, but they were similar enough. And then you had Catwoman and Penguin, which were similar enough to their movie counterparts, and then they just got to go nuts off of there. Thankfully,
that shit holds up too, man. It holds up so good.
Thankfully, they didn't have to use the Tommy Lee Jones toothpaste.
Oh, Jesus Christ! The worst.
Or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I was in Vegas last week. That was fun.
Holy crap!
Yeah, snuck up on us. A real quick trip. We flew out Monday morning, came back Wednesday. Turns out that is the perfect amount of time to spend in Vegas. Like, I can't imagine doing it for like a week. It is overwhelming how much shit there is. You can't do it all. Like, and it doesn't have to be expensive. You can go on the cheap. You know what I mean? It's overload. It's like adult Disneyland. Like, everything's bullshit. It's all just facades, but it's all glitzy and bright and shiny everywhere. Like, they had this giant like observatory Ferris wheel thing that Nicole made me go on, but it was terrifying. And it goes up something like 500 feet or something like that. And when I'm up there, I'm looking out, and from the ground, it's all like, look at this fucking hotel. It looks like a pirate ship, and this looks like a castle, and all this weird shit, right? But you go up in this Ferris wheel thing, and you get a little higher up, you realize it just, up there, they all just like buildings.
It's
all just regular, nondescript hotel buildings. They just like deco out the fuck of everything you see on the ground level. Like if you can look up and see it, it looks amazing. You know what I mean? It's all just eye candy.
Did you go to Margaritaville?
What's that?
Did you go to Margaritaville?
I did see Margaritaville. Didn't go there, but I did see it.
Attached to flamingos?
The exception to that rule being the Trump Hotel, which looks like a gay fire hydrant from every angle, like, no matter how you look at it. Just gaudy
What's
and
inside
terrible.
a gay fire hydrant?
I don't know, but the outside looks like,
Come on. It's either lube or it's something else.
Yeah, just terrible. Terrible fucking hotel. It looks terrible. But it was fun, man. We stayed at the Venetian, so everything looks like, Venice, including the indoor canals we can take gondola rides that are on the 3rd floor of the hotel.
What? 3rd floor?
3rd floor. Yeah, it's goddamn absurd. And like, it looks like you're outdoors, but you're inside, and it looks everything inside this little food court mall area looks like the streets of Venice. It's ridiculous. Like, I kept walking around the hotel going, this place is fucking stupid. It's so silly and like ornate and super nice. It was super nice. But so we found out Monday that Vegas strip clubs are for fucking chumps.
Really?
Total chumps. Yeah, because like it's just, or maybe we're just not strip club people anymore. But we haven't been in a hot minute. But it wasn't. We'd never broken the bank at a strip club. But if we were there for 45 minutes more, we'd have been fucking homeless. It was crazy.
Well, so what was it? Full touch? Pasty?
I mean, not really. It wasn't crazy like that.
Well,
it was
it's
just
Vegas. I bet. No, you just
would
didn't have the
imagine
money
it'd
for
be a
it to
lot
get
more.
crazy like that. I'm pretty sure it can get crazy like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, God knows. I mean, this chick was wanting to talk about spending $300, and we got crazy, whatever the fuck that means. But it was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But we got the cover
I'll blow
wave,
you, y'all.
which is cool. But Nicole got a pineapple juice of Malibu, and I got my
You
hardcore.
don't drink there.
Well, we figured that out because our bill for her drink and my soda was $39.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, you don't drink at the strip club.
And we're like, maybe this place isn't for us. Like, this might be a little. The payoff wasn't worth what we paid in for it. We were only there for like an hour, but
You don't
Nice place.
go to a strip club in a limo, and you don't buy drinks there.
the soda was $9, and I've never paid more than $2 for a soda anywhere in my fucking life at a club.
What kind of soda was it?
It was a Diet Coke.
It was not $2 fucking
Man,
worth it.
I
it
might.
wasn't even a good soda.
Yeah, I might pay
Nope.
$9 for a squirt, but not a Diet Coke.
A squirt.
Oh, you might get a squirt for $9.
It was nuts.
Gross.
It was, nice place, but it was just way too fucking expensive.
Did I ever tell you about my friends that went to a strip club in the middle of Wisconsin and shoved money into a woman?
Whoa.
No.
Yeah, she told them just tuck it right in there.
Ew.
Yeah. That's like the most unsanitary thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, 'cause money is gross.
Money is gross. And I
Imagine-
don't want to be stuffing things in
A stranger.
into a stranger.
Imagine your face stuffed in it.
That is the name of the episode, Stuffing Things into a Stranger.
I went for somebody's 18th birthday, and they got the person mixed up of whose birthday it was, and the club owner or whatever grabbed the kid's face and just plopped it right into it.
Ew.
She was, like they were sitting front row, and the lady came. She spread eagle. She was all like, dun dun dun. The guy's like, splat, like face in the pie.
That's so
What would you
gross.
Just like
He
Tito
came
at
up like,
just like Tito at C2E2.
he came up for air like he was waterboarded.
But it was
God, no. This is why I never want to go to a strip club. I have no interest.
yeah.
In
they-
any
we
of
won't
that.
go over it. We just want to change. Hey, be very fucking man. Let's go to a Vegas strip club. It's got to be like the fanciest, nicest strip clubs, right? And it was fancy, it was nice, but way too goddamn expensive.
Okay.
And it was Monday, so it was kind of dead. So I'm sure it's different story on a Saturday night, but what the fuck ever.
At
Okay,
least it wasn't the day crew.
Kelly,
Yeah, right?
we don't have to go to a strip club, but when we're in New Orleans, let's go to a brothel.
Oh, what? That actually, I don't know if that's worse.
I don't know. I think it might not be.
Because at least it's not as pointless.
But
Exactly.
it's also a
Because I always say like going to a strip club is just going to a deli to smell the meat. At least if you're going to a brothel, you're gonna eat a sandwich.
yeah.
Yeah, you might get to taste something.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Remember when we were young enough to get free cookies at Publix? I miss those days.
So, they have two cool museums in Vegas checked out. There's a mob museum and a porno museum. Those are fucking cool. That was neat.
Makes sense.
What was the first museum?
Mafia museum.
I got
Oh,
you.
I thought you said Mob Museum.
No, there's
Just-
the
just
mob
a
museum and
history of
the
those.
erotic heritage museum. Those are both pretty fucking cool. Weirdest things I saw in Vegas, hands down. Two things. One was the Harris Casino has a little bar, and they have kind of two regular shows that we kind of saw going on. One was like two hot blondes doing dueling pianos. Fucking cool, neat, nothing wrong with that. Their other big show was Big Elvis, and it was like a morbidly obese Elvis impersonator. Like so
Good.
fat, he's sitting on like a chair, like his guts hanging between his knees, like giant, insane, like 600-pound life fat Elvis.
Fantastic. That's what I want to hear.
But like belting his ass off, and he's amazing. Sounds phenomenal, but he's a giant dough ball of a man, and he sings for like 3 hours a day.
Jesus Christ.
Like, it was fucking awesome, and that's all fine. That was cool. But the strangest thing I saw in Vegas all weekend long was Tuesday night. We're coming back from the Cirque du Soleil Michael Jackson 1 show, which was the coolest thing I've seen in my entire fucking life.
Oh.
It was so fucking dope, you guys.
Yeah, I want to see that. The Beatles. What was it? Love?
Yeah, the Michael Jackson show was goddamn incredible. Thriller is done. The number is done on a series of trampolines, and it's the fucking realist. It's insane. You can't even describe it. You gotta see it. It's one of those things you really can't do justice with words, but it was fucking cool. You're in Vegas, go see that. On the way back, we're walking the strip. Figuring it's dark out, not super hot anymore. Let's take a walk. Let's walk back to the hotel. And we cross the street and hit to the side, and this little Mexican lady, she's like 4 foot nothing. She's doing the move, like the flyer move, the handing out flyers move you've seen 1,000 times in your life, you know? The, hey, would you throw this in the garbage for me move.
Yes. Here, you throw this away.
Yeah. And so, you do the thing, and I just walk by, and I just reflexively grab the thing, and I look down, and it's not a flyer, it's a series of what I called horror trading cards. Like, they're slightly larger than a business card, not quite trading card size. Each one has a different, obvious, porno model with a phone number and a price on it.
Nice.
And it's something to the effect of, call now, and this girl will be in your room in 20 minutes. And I'm like, fat fucking chance.
So you tested it out.
Oh, I looked it up online for sure because I had to know. And there were some amazing horror stories. But
Horror stories.
yeah, the prices range from anything from again, what I'm going to say is an absurdly cheap $169.
Nice.
To, one of the
Just
ones
let me smell it.
just said, the big star just said, free girl.
Oh.
Oh no.
Free girl. And then to that in the fine print it said, no hidden fees. I'm like, oh.
That sounds like she was
Here, you
left.
take her.
Yeah, she was left
She's
on the
yours
curb. She was
You throw her away.
left on the curb like a bad couch.
Yeah, yeah. It was so fucking weird. And that was after the first day we got there, those like billboard trucks, that's gonna have
Sure.
whatever an ad for whatever show you've seen in the city or whatever. And one of those, but it was just, a big ass rolling billboard for, escorts and hookers. I'm like, huh. And as if it weren't puzzling enough that people bring their kids out of this place, that really drove it home. Like, what the fuck did you bring your children to this place? So bizarre.
Because they've tried to family up their image over the past 20 years, but they still have hookers.
Yeah, it's still seedy as fuck.
And it's legal.
But I'll say this much: we ducked in and out of a few hotels on our walk back to the strip, and everything looks really cool. Like, it's neat. Like, it's not, it's yeah, there's hooker training cards, and it's all kind of gross sometimes when you think about it. Again, scratch the surface, it's kind of nasty, but it is really cool and it's fun to look at, and we're gonna go back again for sure.
How much do you think we could get for a Jose's mom rookie card?
Rookie card first year? I don't know, man. Yeah, a lot of those cards ended up in like spokes on bikes back in the day, so it's hard to find one nice mint. Find a good mint one.
You fucks.
When Lee was talking about it and Kate jumped into the conversation, all I could think of was Don Russ baseball cards used to have their Diamond King series, which were hand-painted artworks of the top baseball players at the time. And I just imagine Kate's mom being in a series like that of like chase cards.
So weird. So weird. It was a good time though. Definitely worth checking it out. That'd be a good pop retreat trip at some point.
Oh God,
it'd be fun. It'd be fucking great.
We're gonna have to go.
Vegas?
We're gonna have to go.
Vegas goes back.
Very bad things.
Yeah, no shit. What's going on, Kelly?
Fucking nothing. I haven't been doing much in the past week. I've been watching a lot of Netflix. I finished up Defenders.
Cool.
What'd you think?
It took me a while to get into it, but by the end, I really enjoyed it. Like, I didn't really get into the series until like halfway through episode 5.
You mean once Daredevil starts really kicking ass?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think that's all I really want out of these shows.
I did really enjoy every time someone that we've seen elsewhere beat the shit out of Danny. That was always fun.
Yeah, that was fun. God, Danny sucks.
Danny was all right. Well, yeah, but I mean, he was still
just a fucking...
Oh, he's way better in this than he is in Iron Fist, but still annoying as fuck.
Yeah, he's still just the most bland person imaginable.
Watching Daredevil kick the shit out of him was really great.
I mean, he looks like someone that'd be in a Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah, he really does.
He was on Game of Thrones.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. He just looks like a boring white person.
Take that, white people.
Yeah.
The one thing that kind of that bugged me, kind of as it wrapped up, is that they didn't really do anything for as much as they brought everyone together in a way that I thought was pretty organic and made sense and was cool, and picked up on the kind of dangling threads from the other shows, Daredevil and Iron Fist particularly. It was all good. It's fine, but they didn't do shit to be like, hey, okay. The vibe at the end of Iron Fist was that Kunlun was gone or fucking wrecked or something, like something really awful had happened. And meanwhile, the bad guys are trying to get back there because, no, it's all good. You just, you saw what you wanted to see. What the fuck that means? That was like needlessly cryptic. Like, what the hell are they talking about? I don't think they even know.
No, probably not.
Well, I don't think the guys that did Defenders watched Iron Fist.
Yeah.
So they're just
That's
like,
fair.
you saw what you wanted.
Okay.
I don't know what they did, but oh, gee, what? I saw video.
Shh.
Jose with the great segue as ever.
Don't mention it, Jose.
Oh, well, yeah, but if everyone can see it,
Not everyone can see it. We're doing an audio show, Jose.
Yeah, we're not broadcasting video. Jeez.
how are we not? We're on YouTube.
It's just a
Yes,
still.
no idea how,
It's just a still image, you genius.
no fucking idea how it works.
But the other things I watched on Netflix, I watched the Death Note movie,
Yeah.
and that was surprisingly great.
I was thinking about giving that a shot.
It pretty much to me is, it feels like, what if the director was just like, hey, I've got this, the idea of Death Note sounds cool. What if it was an 80s movie?
Yeah.
And like that's exactly what it is, just down to the pacing of it, how the characters are presented, the look of the movie, the lighting, the music, even the gore. It just feels
that's
like an
okay.
80s movie.
But it's like a really tight, condensed version of of like all the hits of that is the Death Note story.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's good. Like I was worried how they were going to do it all. Like, how do you introduce the gimmick and the characters, and then also bring in L2 in one movie? I'm like, oh, that's a tough order, but they fucking did it.
They did it.
So it's Death Note boner jams.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Willem Dafoe is fucking awesome as Ryu.
So good.
He's in it.
Is he
What?
Death? Is he Death
He's the
Note?
demon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's the Death God.
Is he?
Yeah, he's.
What?
That was the entire reason I wanted to watch that movie.
That's fucking pretty cool.
Yeah,
He
he's
delivers
great.
every line amazingly.
Yeah, like it's worth watching just for him.
So is it the Green Goblin we should have got?
Nah, not quite.
No, but I could kind of see that actually.
He's more, I don't know, mischievous and kind of sinister.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shouldn't that have been what Green Goblin was?
But not like a homicidal maniac either.
Yeah, he's not as maniacal as the Green Goblin should be. Like well,
But he's everything that Ryuk should be.
yeah, no, exactly.
He plays Ryu? Where's Ken?
You know how Jose says all he knows about Firestorm is that his hat's always on fire? All I know about Death Note is whenever some kid cosplays him at one of the conventions we go to, or not as the demon, but as the one kid who comes out, and all he's got, his cosplay is just a book, and he's wearing like a
Yeah.
sweater
Oh,
vest,
okay.
like sweet
Yeah,
fucking
that's all you
cos.
really need.
The apples, but like not the
Apples, yes.
Death Note guy, but like
And the move is always
I'm
walk.
a dude and I eat apples.
The move is always walk to the front of the stage, look at your book, and then check somebody off. Nailed it.
It's like I was there.
Yeah. Oh, and then also, don't bother watching that new Adam Scott movie that's on Netflix, where he's the stepfather to Damien from the Omen.
I almost watched it, then I saw you tweeting about it. And didn't.
It's not very good.
Oh, I might have to still check it out for myself.
Yeah, it feels like an SNL sketch that never ends.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That sounds bleak and hopeless.
Yeah, like I went in expecting it to be good, and just it's not funny.
I'm stoked for his show with Craig Robinson, Ghosted. That's supposed to
That should be great.
be on
Yeah, that
Fox
should,
next
and
month.
it's nothing to do with him. Like he is great in it.
It's
There's
just-
a bunch of individual performances in the movie that are good, but the material is.
the concept
dumb.
just wears itself
Like-
out.
It feels like the movie would not have been out of place if I think they just put the wrong Adam in it, and it was originally an Adam Sandler movie.
It is straight to Netflix.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Got anything else, Kelly?
Nope, that's it.
What's up with you guys?
Well, do we want to introduce our guests?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so joining us on the line, we've got Brent Bowser, co-founder of Poser Wrestling, and our old friend, Gavin. What's up, guys?
Whoop.
Hey, you guys caught me. I was just telling a story to Brent. So anyway, Brent, yeah, I ended up middle of Wisconsin telling these kids just tuck it in there. You know, that's the way it goes. Right.
Right. Because honestly, when you've got a 600-pound Elvis impersonator stripper, you just shove the dollars right in there. You have to.
You know, it's bang, bang, boom, I was home for Christmas.
Yeah. I
I'm
want
just
to talk
taking
to you.
notes the whole
I
time.
want to talk to you. A little less conversation, a little more snacking. That's what I want. Hello.
A+, gentlemen.
These guys know how to play the
Thank
game.
you, thank you.
All right. I mean, we can do this for another hour and a half, and we could have a Saturday Night Live sketch if you want. So,
Well, that's about our schedule, so we'll see if you can hang in there. So, dudes, Gavin, nice to have you on the show. It's been too long.
Long time, sir.
Very long time.
Hey, yeah. Well, let me get you all caught up. Yep. I also watched Defenders, so we're all caught up.
So tell us, guys, tell us a little bit about Poser Wrestling. Those of us that are friends on Facebook with Gavin, I'm sure have been following it. It looks super interesting. Give us the elevator pitch of what you guys got going on.
Poser Wrestling is the online wrestling federation, bringing you knee-slapping humor and thigh-slapping action.
Great tagline.
You know, it wasn't
corporate as fuck.
It wasn't until we went to all those WrestleMania shows this year, the indie shows, that I finally understood where that sound was coming from. I was like, they're slapping their fucking thigh, these guys.
Oh my God, for everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how do they keep doing super kicks and it sounds like they actually kicked each other in the face?
It was about like 4 shows in before I was like,
And then Kelly taught us how what's his nuts does the finger breaking thing.
I was at a Ring of Honor show
I
once.
thought it was just obvious from looking at it.
hey, fuck you.
That finger break was the shit, though.
I was at a Ring of Honor show once where it was like at the pay-per-view ended with with the Young Bucks and Adam Cole super kicking everyone. Like they had a counter at the bottom of the screen. And it was in like up to 50 or so. And at one point, I look at Adam Cole's thigh, and it's bleeding. Laughing so much.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Them super kicks put a lot of strain on your thighs. That's a lot of people don't realize.
That's terrible.
Amazing.
It's terrible.
So how did Poser
Let's give
Wrestling...
them a rundown on some of the superstars, some of the Poser superstars they'll see.
Oh, well,
aside from myself, of course.
Aside from local legend Big Bad Gav, who comes from local town, son of local school teacher and area businessman. He led the local high school team to state championship in favorite sport, and we're very lucky to have him. He's probably one of our strongest pure athletes on the roster. We have the Hard and Harry Express, Tom McLean, and the American Beast.
Great American Beast.
Great American Beast. Almost a Milwaukee's Beast, if you will.
Oh, damn. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know.
I fucking love Great America.
But they're here. They're going to do some shots, drink some beers, and kick some ass. We also have punk rock private eye chimpanzee detective Bananas Foster.
Love it.
Yeah. We have
first time I talked to Niles about this, he told me that's his favorite so far.
That's his favorite. Good. Well, I'm kind of partial to Ricky a Dragon Dreamboat. It's just a 1950s crooner who's also a dragon. We have Sean Phoenix and Lee Moriarty coming out of Pittsburgh, who are just 2 super talented guys. We're really lucky to have them now before they get way too famous. So hopefully none of the shenanigans that they do here will prevent them from getting their WWE contracts. But I don't have any underwear homoerotic matches planned, so I think they'll be good.
We can make
Oh,
those
that,
happen.
dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Shoehorn them in.
yeah. I mean, I guess Seth Rollins and Finn Balor are main event materials. Maybe that's how you get in now. So that's going to start up my second project. Anyways, who else do we have on the roster? I play Dan Taylor, and I will be managing my son, Jock Taylor, probably the single greatest athlete ever to come out of Slam Diego, Ohio. He's a four-time state champion, an Olympic qualifier, and the only person to ever beat the kid with Down syndrome that they let wrestle.
Oh, cool, great.
Yeah. That kid was like 19-1, and that one was Jock Taylor, who overcame insurmountable odds and chromosomes. So he is a hands-down favorite to win this tournament.
And which tournament is that?
Oh, the tournament. So what we're doing for season 1 is we are crowning our new champion, our new poserweight champion. We're having our tournament. We hold it every 13 years in honor of Dynamite David O'Donnell. He was one of the other co-founders of Poser Wrestling, who tragically died from exhaustion and dehydration during the 23rd day of a camel clutch.
Jesus Christ.
So we're holding this memorial tournament to crown our champion, and so we welcome you all to watch the 13th annual David Razaloff.
That's amazing.
And Brent, I personally take a little offense saying that Jock is the odds-on favorite. Not mere moments after singing my praises to everybody.
Well, here's the problem, though, Gavin, is that while you're a very talented wrestler on a local level, if you were truly successful, you would franchise that out. Every bald white guy in black trunks across every federation in America would be a Gavin. They wouldn't be these offshoots.
That's true. That's why I have all these Gavin training centers where people can aspire to be a Gavin. You too can be a local man.
I know. It smells like nepotism to me. I'm just saying. Take that shit, Gavin.
Where's the closest one to Orlando?
I'm so glad.
I will sign up. I want to be one of the local men here.
I am so glad you guys found each other.
Well, bad news, Jose. The Orlando Gavin Training Center is actually in the back of Margaritaville.
Oh, man, I've been there.
Yeah, they cut me a hell of a deal. I couldn't pass it up, Jose.
Yeah, they would, those cheap fucks.
But weirdly enough, one of the first lessons is take that cheese out of the garbage.
Yeah, you're a wrestler. We can't pay you. Eat that garbage cheese.
Sure, man. You start with the basics and work your way from there.
I remember texting with Gavin over WrestleMania weekend because we missed him so much and we wished he was here with us. And I was telling him about Kaiju Big Battle and how
I
nuts
Gavin a lot over that weekend.
and how nuts Kaiju Big Battle is. And Gavin was like, "Oh, just wait. We got something for your fucking ass."
Yeah,
we got something up ruin.
Hashtag make wrestling fun again.
Yes, hashtag make wrestling fun again. That's honestly where we're coming at with this. We're trying to do more storyline based. Really, not everything has to be about a belt. Sometimes it's just two opposing personalities that hit each other. We've got a lot of influence from. I know I'm drawing a lot of my personal influence from Chikara when we're doing this. Lucha Underground was another one as far as like the cinematography and the different kind of storytelling. The backstage segments, not just boring yelling in the ring with shrill voices at the half hour at the beginning of every show.
Yeah. Crazy
over the top characters.
And me
and Gavin. Gavin is our Jason Bateman in Arrested Development in this. He's what keeps us all grounded.
Oh, shit, I like that idea.
He'll go on to have the most successful career out of all of us. And but yeah, I mean that's
Speaking of influences, Dusty, one of the other co-founders, just confided in me the other night that a big That's what I'm looking for. A big like indicator for him that he could help start a wrestling promotion like this was me and my buddy Clark. You guys might remember Clark. Showed him. It's a promo from, not even promo, it's just this ridiculous vignette from 1993 called Vader's White Castle of Fear.
Okay.
The vignette is Sting showing up at a heliport, dressed to the nines, getting in a helicopter. They start flying off to the Rockies. He unrolls this old-timey parchment that he got from Vader, inviting him to his White Castle of Fear. When he arrives, which is just an immaculately decorated cave, there's half-naked women feeding themselves grapes, and a midget in an eye patch yelling, "He's here! Sting is here!" And then Vader and Harley Race show up, and it just gets weirder from there.
I am looking at this on YouTube right now, and it is every bit as amazing as you think it is. Oh my god!
I was hoping Vader actually owned a White Castle franchise.
That's what
So did
I thought it
yeah,
was when
other
you told me
than,
about
like,
it.
you know,
Yeah.
It's Tom! It's Slaughter! Tom!
Maybe nowadays, Scott Steiner really opened the door owning that Shoney's.
True. Yeah. Well, to be fair, co-owned with Rick.
I think it's bullshit that Sting got into this helicopter without his goddamn paint on. Like, paint your fucking face, Sting. Come on.
You're going to a
Right.
White Castle. Come on.
Yeah, this is 1988. Kayfabe's alive.
It was 93.
93. Kayfabe's still alive
93.
in 93.
And face paint at that time couldn't handle high altitudes like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's where my novice skill comes in.
That's okay. That's why I corrected you.
High altitude ain't no joke.
Oh, this
They
cave.
melt
This
the
White
face.
Castle of Fear, you guys. This
Everyone,
was
do
7
yourself
minutes
a
after they
favor
left
and watch
using a
this.
porn shoot. I'm convinced of it.
Doesn't it look like that? There's just random, animal skin carpets,
Yeah.
fire.
At least 3 of those women were
Harley
penetrated
Race.
this same day. Guarantee you that. Oh, no. Oh, this is
The
amazing.
Demon Boar Feast.
Ooh.
It's amazing.
Well, those are some lofty goals, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Well, set the bar high.
I think, yeah,
Where
definitely.
can the people find us online currently?
That's a good question,
How can we
Gavin.
watch the David Rasseloff?
Our central hub is going to be poserwrestling.com. That is, I'm going to be doing some work this weekend on upping that. That's where you can get all of our merchandise and get some of our wrestlers' bios. And from there, that will link you to our Facebook, Poser Wrestling, our Twitter page, at Poser Wrestling, our YouTube channel, Poser Wrestling. We do have a few videos up already, some promos that some of our wrestlers have cut. We'll be uploading everything through YouTube and Vimeo. Probably Facebook as well, depending on, you guys know, you're on YouTube. You know how the state of everything's going right now with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, poserwrestling.com is a good starting point to connect to, like I said, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Patreon when we get that up and running.
Wait, did you call it Instagram?
I might have called it Instagram.
Well, it is an instant gram.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you
the
just add
that's
water
the
and
extended
it's-
version. That's its full name.
The good old
Oh,
instant
yeah.
photogram.
Yeah.
Instagram, yes.
The proper name.
Yes, I don't believe in the apostrophe of
See,
it
we
is
on the
Gangsters Paradise. Thank you very much.
we on the podcast, we just call it the gram.
Call my mother's mother, so
The Graham.
the Graham.
Get the fuck out of here. The Graham's coming.
Besides Vader's White Castle of Fear, I think the main goal of Poser Wrestling should be to inundate Jim Cornette with GIFs on Twitter of some of the insane shit that you guys are doing, and he'll make you famous.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. That has actually been one of my personal goals. When we were talking about how do we get the word out, and I said, can I please tweet this at Jim Cornette? And we're on board. Everyone's on board with this. We've even proposed that once we get, if he sees us, which God, please let Jim Cornette see it. We actually want our ring apron to just be various Jim Cornette quotes about how much he hates us.
Yes, like pull quotes on the back of a book. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Like I want 1-star Yelp reviews from Jim Cornette on Poser Wrestling, and that's how I know I will have been a success. Everyone else probably wants a fucking wrestling career. I just want Jim Cornette trolling.
Yeah, I'm with you at this point. I want Jim Cornette to call me a dumb motherfucker.
I want to ruin wrestling.
It was the
I don't care if I
shits.
have to use my dick and an invisible grenade to do it, but by God.
Oh, that's so good.
0 stars.
-5.
So when does it drop? When does Poser Wrestling the first episode drop? When can we see the David Rasslaroff?
So we are actually going to start filming later this month, and then hopefully start getting videos up in October.
So chill the fuck out, basically, is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
We're working on it.
I get it.
We're adopting the TNA Impact GFW model of just doing a bunch of tapings at once and releasing episodes from there. So
Why not?
Yeah.
If you play your cards right, I can give you spoilers.
Yeah, don't get into that GFW problem where you shoot something so far in advance that you have to blur out the referee when it finally gets released. Those guys.
Oh, and be real careful now about being real drunk at AAA and then having to leave the company.
Oh yes, and also get Be Real.
I'm also going to get real drunk at AAA and just try and break people's arms.
Well, at least don't throw tacos into the crowd like Jeff Jarrett did.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we're not that racist.
I like to get drunk and call AAA.
That's the best thing he's ever done.
Probably.
I like that is most likely going to be his last official act of any note as a GFW official.
Is that really why he started his leave of absence? Because he was throwing tacos out at AAA?
No, apparently he's had some drinking problems.
This fucking guy.
What problems? Does he need a straw?
Too much. Too much of it.
He needs to call AAA and get a tow.
He's not fun. He's sad, Gavin.
We just got to keep drinking and power through sad till you're back to fun.
Well, imagine you have Karen Jarrett with you. That just makes you more sad.
Oh, fuck, I'm sad now.
One of the greatest impact moments of all time was when Kurt Angle shoved her face into that wedding cake. He nailed her.
Fucking nuts.
But like feminism.
Obviously.
What's up, you guys? You guys got some lady wrestlers? We've been watching a lot of Mae Young Classic here on the Popcast, and lady wrestling's where it's at these days.
Oh, we're certainly trying.
Well, no.
Poser's trying to get some lady wrestlers.
Yeah. Well, so here's the unfortunate thing: is we did have we had a woman lined up from Pittsburgh who goes by the name Honey Badger. And we were real excited to have her on, and she broke her collarbone. So
when did that happen?
God damn it, sexy star!
Yeah, god damn it, sexy star! Stop fucking with all of our. This is not how you break into the business. This. So yeah, I think that happened like last month. So she's out for a while.
I didn't know about that.
So we are down one honey badger. But I believe we've got one more on the way. Don't know if I can announce her quite yet or not. But
is it a cougar? Are we just trading animal for animal?
It is. It is the cougar. Matter of fact, we have John Mellencamp wrestling for us.
Oh, a second.
Oh, Brent's real proud of that.
I'm real proud. Had to stop for a minute. Anyways, yeah.
I appreciate how funny that is, everybody.
But yes, there is at least one female on the roster. We are constantly looking for more because we are we're skewing
She's not
a little.
driving the bus, is she?
No, no. We are skewing a little more modern, I guess you could say, in our booking. We are certainly not opposed to intergender matches, interspecies matches, clearly. Interdimensional matches. Really, anyone that wants to be a champ could probably come in and have their fair share at being a champion.
If they can get past me.
Right. They have to get past Gavin first. And we don't have any foreign heel figures, but that's because no one has touched down from Earth or from the Narnia dimension yet to really challenge for the title. But.
Plus, pulling from Narnia, huh?
Yeah. Plus, it's Ohio. Things are a little hot right now for the foreigners.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Dayton is surprisingly progressive, and with it being right next to Slam Diego, where Poser is filmed, that helps.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, I can tell you guys that I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, we are excited to share with everyone. This has been, gosh, probably one of the hardest things I've ever done.
What's the date on this again? When can people get
get off their back, Jose? They got to shoot the shit first.
It's ready when we're fucking ready. How about that?
Yeah, of all people to be on someone for when the video is going to come out.
Tell you what, you can't have until you finish your goddamn lima beans. 3 more bites. 3 more bites, and we'll give you a trailer.
But in the meantime,
you're a little too pushy to be a local man. I'm telling you that right now.
In the meantime, everybody can check out.
I'll work on that.
You can still check out PoserWrestling.com, Jose.
Yeah. No, we do. If you do look us up on YouTube, Poser Wrestling, or hit the link from PoserWrestling.com, we do have some of our promo videos up already, and we do have a trailer for it. And then the full season should be rolling out in October.
So, how many episodes do you guys think you're gonna have out of this season?
A British amount.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I like that. Solid.
That's 6.
Solid plan there. I like that. It's a good way to.
I feel like those people that still listen to our show, this is right up their alley because it sounds like goofy shit and wrestling, and that's essentially what the podcast talks about 90% of the time. So.
Yeah. And it's going to be legitimately good wrestling too. I mean, Gavin is fantastic. Lee and Sean are phenomenal. Tom and Beast are very solid, very entertaining guys. So it's not going to be a bunch of silly people with pool noodles, tripping all over each other. Like, it's real wrestling.
And John Mellencamp, for as green as he is coming along nicely.
Yeah, he's been really good. He's certainly tough enough.
We did see Gavin wrestle live once. Me and Jose did. For about a nanosecond.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
It was
on a couch.
It was my bachelor party, actually.
Yeah, it was a Nice's bachelor party. They saw me in a rumble.
Okay.
And of course, it's Gavin will do the spot where he just runs in and gets thrown right back out. Man, I got people here from Florida that want to see me wrestle. No, they'll love it. I'm fucking leaving right after I get thrown out.
Yeah, we
cheered the fuck.
We went and saw Iron Man 3. We ate a pizza.
Your weekend was full of disappointment.
Great.
It was pretty good.
Is that where we brought the whole pizza in?
Yeah. Iron Man 3 was the pizza.
We definitely look forward to checking that out whenever the fuck it's ready. I'm not gonna push. We're not gonna break your balls about it. We're just gonna wait patiently.
You can't rush genius.
I'm just saying, I'm ready. I'm ready, y'all.
And
Gavin, I can promise you, it will be out before the next Game of Thrones book.
Nice.
And Gavin knows where to find us, so next time you guys have something cooking over at Poser Wrestling, get in touch, and we'll bring you on the show again. It was a good time.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. Thanks for having us on.
You're very welcome. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you guys.
Stay in touch.
Bye.
Bye,
Night,
Gavin.
gentlemen.
PoserWrestling.com, everybody. Check them out.
Goddamn. That is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to have to keep an eye on those boys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a good time. So, yeah.
Yeah, they need to release those episodes ASAP and then book a show in New Orleans in April next year.
Telling me, man.
Yeah, they do.
New Orleans isn't that far from Ohio.
That's true. Like, I'm not sure that's true. Oh man. So, yeah. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Wrap up with what you fucking chuckleheads have been doing, and do the rest of our regularly scheduled business.
Yeah, I didn't really pull any news this week, but I got a news item in my week, and we already kind of talked about Defenders. We waited until this week when you were back and Kelly was finished with Defenders, and we could talk with you about the last 4 episodes. But I think we pretty much covered it.
We didn't really go full spoilers, though.
All right, we can dive into it a little bit deeper, and
yeah, why not?
And I can do it.
But first,
let's
take a break.
Let's do it.
All right. Love you, kids. Bye.
Break.
Ripped Apparel is your one-stop shop for limited edition t-shirts featuring all the crap that you already like anyway. Every day you're going to see 3 new limited edition designs available only for 24 hours. That's just a single day. After that, they're gone forever. And best yet, if you want to check them out, buy a little something, they're going to throw a little kickback to us, your folks, your friends here at the Popcast. So go to PanelsOnPages.com, click click that banner at the top of the page or on the sidebar at pcn.panelsonpages.com. Or you can just update your bookmark, check it on your phone every single morning. That's what I do. Ript, that's RIPT.panelsonpages.com. T-shirts start at just $10 and they'll kick us a little something every time. Help us keep the lights on, help us keep the podcast going, help us keep the side up, and get you a pretty cool T-shirt, man. Cool swag, cool shirts, good people, good deals from your favorite podcast. So check it out. Ript.panelsonpages.com. 24-hour limited edition T-shirts that are pretty damn awesome. Check it out. And now back to your regularly scheduled podcast. Woo-wee! Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
I'm legit looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
And obviously we love Gavin, so the fact that he's part of it is great. And just that it exists on its own, it sounds way too far up our alley.
Yeah, exactly.
What's too far up our alley?
Poser wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Going to a brothel.
You know what I don't get?
What?
Lana Del Rey.
Ha! Lana Del Rey is one of Jose's favorites.
I don't get her. Like
I'm not
Fuck yeah.
I'm not a
She looks
fan.
like she could suck a golf ball through a hose.
So yes, it's her music that Jose loves.
yeah, it's
Love her music.
I don't know if I even know who the hell that is.
She doesn't look.
What?
She does not look like she would suck a golf ball through a
yeah.
hose.
She really doesn't.
She doesn't
looks
look like.
boring.
Yeah, she wouldn't put any effort into it.
Yeah.
She's so fucking boring.
Yeah. You
I
guys
don't
see
know
what
that
you
is.
want.
I'm too out of touch to know who that is. I don't know. Say, talk about Defenders.
Yeah, about that.
The dragon was cool.
Yeah, I was so goddamn excited to finally see a dragon.
Yeah.
It was great seeing Kelly react to it on Twitter, and then he's like, "Oh man, the end of episode 7, and I'm finally into this show."
And you're like, oh, no, Iron Fist moment after all. And I was like, he's still bland as fuck.
Yeah, so fuck him.
He was just around a cool thing.
More than
Took a long
once.
goddamn time to finally get to a dragon, but they showed us a fucking dragon finally.
And it kind of makes sense that they didn't reveal any dragon in Iron Fist Season 1 so that we could have that moment in Defenders, but I think it definitely was at the expense
you
of
think
Iron
that
Fist.
was planned?
Well, I mean,
Not
yeah.
in Iron Fist.
You've
so
got
that
a
we can
point
do it in
there. At the end
Defenders.
of the day, we've had an entire season of Iron Fist with no shots of Kunlun nor a fucking dragon, which is kind of a big deal when you're talking about Iron Fist.
True.
Yeah, I think you can have 2 dragons.
But hey, fucking Bakudo died.
Well, he died in Iron Fist, so I'm
that asshole again. Yeah, but he didn't get his fucking head chopped off.
he is
Yeah,
the
Oh,
worst.
yeah,
might
that
be-
was cool.
he might be done.
I don't think I want to see that actor again, much less that
No,
character. I think
no.
No, I didn't like him.
Mary
The
compared
worst.
him to he talks like Derek Zoolander.
Oh, he totally does.
Like he's trying to do 3 accents at once, and in order to do it, he's talking really slow and like an asshole.
But yeah, so that guy died. Fucking what's her nuts? Colleen got her arm cut off. So
Yes.
basically got him robot arm finally. That was kind of neat.
Well, they
Misty.
kind of
That was
already
cool.
showed her robot arm.
Yeah,
Did
they've got a
They
image
released a picture of it.
for
Oh, did they?
for Luke
Oh,
Cage.
okay.
Luke Cage
I thought
season
that was
2.
just like fan Photoshop.
No,
I thought it was from Entertainment Weekly.
It was
was.
probably real.
it was.
Cool. Right on.
The since we're essentially talking the last 4 episodes, it was great seeing them do the Avengers style splash page with all 4 of them kind of getting to do their
So
own
dope.
thing in a sequence, because they kind of did that
Yeah.
at the Chinese restaurant, and then they also did that in episode 8 when they were downstairs. Once they were all together, man, that show didn't get much better than that.
No.
But it was cool seeing Jessica and Luke play off of each other because they've got their history, and
I like seeing Jessica play off of everyone.
Sure,
because she
sure.
didn't
Yeah.
want to be involved in this bullshit.
She was still one of my
For a
favorite
moment.
parts.
But
She's like,
she's-
am I the only one who don't fucking do karate around here?
But, you know, her and Luke have a special bond. You know, they went out for coffee together.
Yeah, special bond. You're right.
Yeah.
True story.
I like the scene when she took the beer from the sleeping homeless person. And it was like she just morphed into her character from Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23 for half a minute.
That was a good show.
That was a great show.
Fucking Vanderbeek is the bomb in that show, and I say that with no hint of irony.
No. If that's still on Netflix, everyone should go watch it.
Yeah, it's great. It's fun.
I had it on my list for the longest time.
It's great.
Never touched it.
It is amazing that it was on ABC.
Yeah, I can't imagine how it got on ABC for an episode, much less 2 seasons.
I mean, the first episode has a joke that her friendly neighbor just looks at her, watches her through the window and jerks off, so she walks around the house naked to help him out.
Yeah. ABC, primetime family. Primetime family.
Hey, man, I'm surprised that wasn't on Freeform, because Freeform bumping.
That's true.
Fucking and Eric Andre, too.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, that was where I first saw Eric Andre. So when I heard the Eric Andre show, I was like, "Oh, I'll watch this." And then he's a goddamn maniac.
But yeah, Defenders, right? But Defenders. Yeah, we're talking about another show that's maybe a little better, but still, Defenders is good. Defenders is good too.
I'm kind of glad we got rid of Stick because his shtick had gone tired.
Yeah.
I do like that they killed off. You know, spoiler alert to those who haven't watched it. I do like that they killed Sigourney Weaver in the 6th episode. End of the
Yeah, that was
6th
kind of
episode.
surprising.
Yeah, that was a cool
I
moment.
run this shit now.
Badass Elektra was great, and there should have been no other villain for the Defenders than Elektra. She was perfect,
Yeah.
and she's just mean.
Yeah, just fucking just rotten inside. You know, this is
It's nothing, just
Period.
empty.
great. And you know, they're doing the whole thing at the end where they're setting up that, you know, Murdoch died, and we know there's gonna be Daredevil season 3, so there's no way that's gonna be the case or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're kind of waiting. But then what I did not expect was them to hit me up with some flat the fuck out Born Again imagery, and I'm like, yes, bitch, like, yes.
Yeah, they didn't
Yes.
even try to tease like at the end of Batman vs Superman. They're just like, all right, he died. Let's have a few shots of everybody being sad about him dying, and he's not dead. He is in a convent, and his mom's probably there.
Yep. I actually wouldn't mind them doing a callback to the Brubaker run and have Iron Fist run around being Daredevil for the first couple
They
episodes.
kind of.
That's kind of what I thought was going to happen at the end.
It
when
looks
they
like
went to
it,
that
yeah.
shot.
So
Ooh, that'd be kind of rad, actually.
Yeah, I'd be okay
It'd
with
be
that.
fun.
for those of us not up to date, what is the storyline of Born Again?
The crux of Born Again is, and it's not gonna be the exact reason why it happened, but the crux of Born Again is Wilson Fisk finds out that Matt Murdock and Daredevil are one and the same, and instead of, like, you know, sending a whole bunch of guys to his house with machine guns, he just systematically breaks down his entire life,
Gotcha.
and it is the fucking best.
So he goes into hiding at the convent, or what? How does that figure into it?
I mean, he gets his ass whooped at some point and ends up at the convent.
Okay.
And like, you know, that shot of him, like the top down shot, is basically pulled from Born Again. I think it might be either after Kingpin whips the shit out of him, or maybe after Nuke whips the shit out of him. I forget which shit
Yeah.
weapon that was.
Because that is the story where Nuke first shows up.
Yeah, which we've already seen in Jessica Jones.
So maybe we can get some Bullseye.
I want to see Bullseye so fucking bad, you guys. Let's see some Bullseye.
I mean, is season 3 where Bullseye kills Karen Page?
Oh man,
She has lived way too long. Plus, she's,
Yeah, because I was kind of tired of. I was getting a Felicity from Arrow vibe from her on the Defenders. Just get off his dick, man. He's the only one that can do this shit. And you're like, well, you gotta keep doing it. You almost had your life back.
I don't
Bitch,
There's
there's some shit going on.
I don't feel she was as annoying as her and Foggy were in Daredevil season 1 and 2, and they use her sparingly.
But the times they used her, she was just trying to hold him back.
Yeah, and you just had to look at that dog face of hers.
Ugh.
That girl,
Disgusting.
that girl can wear some clothes, man. Like, I don't say that often. That's not something that is usually in my vocabulary, but she is.
Ooh, that girl knows how to put some clothes on.
She can put an outfit together.
We love that pencil skirt.
Yeah, no kidding.
Is she one of your daughters now too?
No, she's old enough. I think.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think we're gonna get Punisher in like a few weeks at this point. It feels like
Probably
I thought
November.
I was expecting Punisher to show up at least like at the end, just like a little, Daredevil looks over and he's like, I called backup.
Deborah Ann Wall is only 1 year older than my wife.
there you go. So it's cool.
So,
Play ball. It's fine.
yeah, it's all good.
So
She's in her 30s, so
Not one of your daughters.
right. Do love that Rhea Ripley though.
More of all this stuff. So what we got? We're definitely for sure getting Punisher. They're definitely doing 2 of Iron Fist and Luke Cage, right? And they're shooting Jessica Jones now through Daredevil. So like every fucking one of them's a hit.
Yeah. Well,
Did you hear Kilgrave's back?
I did see that. Yeah.
Now, one of the rumors is that, spoiler alert, is it's going to be like Joker in the new Batman game.
Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Or it could
where
be
he's
like
just stuck in her head.
Harry Morgan.
Yeah. It's part of her psyche now. It's not even like... I don't want to see him come back to life.
Like
No,
she's
definitely
not being.
But I would be way on board.
She's not
with
being
him,
actively
like, with Boomerang.
tormented by him, but he's still there. He's still a part of her, and she can be like the devil on her shoulder at times. And she's like, "Well, fuck off, buddy."
Yeah.
He was great.
Yep.
Kilgrave's great,
Definitely.
man.
Yep. And I like that we'll see that character again because they killed the fuck out of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No lie, but I think 8 episodes is the perfect amount of episodes for these Marvel Netflix shows.
Yep.
Except for Daredevil, which should be 27.
Even Daredevil, though.
If you do 8, pump out more.
Yeah.
Don't give me less Daredevil. Just give me more seasons,
True.
more stories. So if you go to 8 with Daredevil, but then that fits in 2 seasons when we should have got 1, I'm in.
Like I would have been so happy if Luke Cage was only 8 episodes.
Luke Cage could have been 6.
I would have stuck through Iron Fist if it had only been 8 episodes.
Yeah. It's
I
just
still haven't finished Luke Cage.
they get to a
I think
point.
a lot of it might
You don't
be
need to.
this need to tell one big story in the season, which like you can do that, but they don't yet do that thing that other shows do where you have your big episodes, your big season story, but then within that you have like episodic adventures as well. They don't do that, and that tends to make the middle drag a little bit.
Sure, absolutely. And I
Unless
think
you're Daredevil.
that format is perfect for a Heroes for Hire or
Yes.
putting.
Which we better get a season of both of them together. Their season 3 needs to be them.
I saw someone suggest that Defenders season 2 should be Misty Knight, Colleen Wing, Claire, and Hellcat.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
It should be a different set every time.
Yeah, I feel like they've definitely done some talk in the Defenders about how like was breaking Luke Cage's balls. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna go out and fucking chase down Mariah and Shades. How you gonna make a goddamn living? It's like, oh, so yeah, we're gonna hire this shit real quick. I feel like
Oh, you know what?
he'll be able to put blew the fuck up a building on my resume.
2 things that drove me nuts about Defenders. One is, and every time they did it, I was screaming at the TV screen, is they were still hung up on a dragon. That's weird. That's crazy,
Yes.
man. What do you mean a dragon? And every time they would talk about that, I would just scream space whales at the TV.
space whale, and even like at some point, Danny calls him out. Like Danny has a moment where he's like,
Yes.
blind ninja, bulletproof dude, and whatever the fuck it is she does. Like,
And a
that's
dragon.
off my dick about the dragon thing.
Exactly.
I would have loved it if once they found the dragon bones, someone was just like, "It was probably just some space whale remains."
See, guys, I told you, the dragon. Nah,
It's just
it's
some
like a
of that
brontosaurus.
Chitauri space whale, you know. And the other thing that I was really disappointed that they didn't do is they didn't have Luke and Danny bond over late 90s, early 2000s hip hop.
I'm surprised that didn't happen.
Maybe they're saving it. But
I hope they are,
you
because if they
figure-
aren't, they missed a huge opportunity.
You
that
figure-
it felt like they were building to.
Yeah. And you have them very combative at first. They're the two that kind of come together at first and have a little fight. So what's the reason that they can become a team now? What brought them together? And I thought Danny's iPod was going to be on, and Luke was going to be like, oh, some of that old school. This your iPod, white boy?
But Luke might have that, like, he can come into the gym when he's meditating to
Sure, but I just feel like the opportunity was missed. It should have been.
Yeah, the chance for it there. I did like that they did have a few scenes together where it is just the two of them, and they do kind of build a little bit of something, which I thought was kind of nice. Because I think a lot of us at the end of Iron Fist are like, why the fuck is Luke Cage ever going to hang out with this guy?
Yes.
And I did feel they definitely upped his fighting skill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks a lot better in this.
But 100%, there's that one scene where he puts his hoodie on, and that means that the stuntman is showing up.
Yeah. It's like, all right, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
I'll be in my trailer.
So good. I dug it. I liked it a lot. It was fun. I dug it.
So, speaking of Defenders and Netflix and Punisher, we were talking about a second ago, this weekend at Walmart, they had the new Marvel Legends Man-Thing Build-A-Figure series, which has Netflix Daredevil, Netflix Elektra, Jessica Jones, and Bernthal Punisher. And my lovely wife bought me a $20 John Bernthal Punisher to take home. And he's awesome. I haven't taken him out of the package.
You need to tweet a picture holding that with the
tweet.
original tweet from back in the day. We did it, y'all.
We did it, man. We did it. Yeah,
we turned somebody into an action figure.
Well, I mean, he was already Shane. He already had action figures.
Well, we still did it.
We did. We sure did. You know what they did? Lee, aren't you super excited? Those crazy people at Funko finally did it. They finally got Mad Max Fury Road as a license.
I saw that, and God damn it.
It's so funny, because whenever we talk about how shitty Pops are, and Lee's like, and they can't even get every license. What? Mad Max Fury Road too good for you? You too good for Mad Max Fury Road? And then all of a sudden, what is it? 2.5 years after the movie comes out, they finally come out with Pops?
Mad Max Fury Road, because I remember like that specifically being a thing at one point. It was like, you know, some bullshit headline on some garbage ass website, you know, like, no, comma, there won't be any Mad Max Fury Road Funko Pops. I remember thinking,
why?
Really? That's the line. That's the line. All right, fuck it, whatever. And then 2.5 years later, oh, thank God, finally my Furiosa Funko Pop. I can't wait to see it sitting on the fucking shelf next to the other 900 Funko Pops at Barnes & Noble.
Hey guys, we just got word that there's gonna be some Mad Max Funko Pops, and that means that there's one bit of joy in my sad, sad life.
I miss you, Janet.
Oh, I miss you, Janet. Top 5 reasons I miss Janet: your hair, your eyes, you brush your teeth real nice.
I feel like Janet really liked Mad Max Fury Road.
If I get all the pops and like as many chase figures as I can get, maybe Janet will come back home.
was
Oh, this is my new favorite character.
yeah, it's a great character, and it was funny when he went into the top 10 reasons the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the reason that Janet left. It's funny because it came like a day or two after they debuted Evangeline Lilly's Wasp costume. And I was like, well, there's actually a Janet. It's not Evangeline Lilly, it's Michelle Pfeiffer, but I was like, there's actually a Janet in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So is this a Hank Pym character he's doing? Damn it, Janet.
Great.
Speaking of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I wanted to include this in my weekend, kind of, but it didn't actually affect me at all, and it's kind of a newsy item, but holy shit, Inhumans came out at the movie theaters on Friday.
Oh, that actually happened?
That
Oh,
actually
really? That happened already?
It was released on Friday, September 1st, in 393 screens, and over the 3-day weekend ending
$50.
ending Sunday, it made exactly $1,500,000.
Isn't that funny how we laugh at $1 million?
Now, here's the thing, like, this is a dumb idea.
It's
Like-
so dumb.
If they told me Daredevil season 3 was going to debut in IMAX, I wouldn't go see that.
No.
And I fucking really like those Daredevil shows. Like, I'm not. Why the fuck would I do that? Why would anyone do that? It's like they completely missed the point of how TV works.
and they dumped it out there. Like, there was no pomp and circumstance about this IMAX release at all.
I knew it was happening, but I don't ever recall one time seeing the date.
Well, yeah. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
If you shot a movie in IMAX to release in IMAX to promote the debut of the series, people should know what date that's happening on.
Yeah, because goddamn, you can only have like X amount of IMAX movies in a year.
It was, for the week, it did have the highest per screen average.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, it was never going to do blockbuster numbers on 300 screens, but I feel like
why do
the
it
Big
for
Stick probably did better than that on his indie run.
Yeah, why even do that for 393 screens?
It's a weird fucking call. Like, I don't understand.
It's Jeff Loeb. Jeff Loeb's all about it, and he's like, I'll do it again. Fuck you. We're going to release all of our TV shows in IMAX.
God damn it, Jeff Loeb.
I mean, hey, maybe it's good.
No, it's not.
Come on now.
But here's the thing. Maybe it's good. But even if it's good, this doesn't make sense.
No.
Like, the quality of Inhumans is completely a separate issue from why the fuck did they put it out in IMAX. That's just dumb.
It's pretty dumb.
Just fucking stupid.
Money trumps.
Hey, don't use the word
All the
Trump on
time.
this show, please.
Oh.
Jeez Louise. And the only other thing that really
Cheese
happened...
and crackers, Jose.
The only other really thing that I would like to talk about this week is, I don't know how we got on the topic, but me and my wife, Star Wars nerds as we are, got to talking about where Rogue One and Force Awakens fall in our ranking of all-time Star Wars movies.
I
Top.
will promptly recuse myself from this conversation, as I have seen neither of those movies.
And we were talking about it, and I couldn't really decide, so we're like, fuck it, let's watch the prequels. So we watched The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and we have not made it farther than that in our rewatch, but say what you will about how awful The Phantom Menace is. And some people would consider Attack of the Clones even worse because of all the Anakin Padme stuff.
That's insane. No.
But there is a lot of memorable stuff that happens in both of those movies.
Darth Maul.
The acting might be terrible, the writing might be awful, but there's a lot of good set pieces. There's some decent characters. There's a lot of fan service. And it's just something, as far as memorable scenes and memorable characters go, it's something I just can't say about Rogue One. Rogue One is a better crafted film. It is a better script. It's got mostly better acting, better direction. It doesn't have the goofy shit that the prequels do. But is it... Where does it stand when it comes to like the Star Wars legacy? I just don't think it holds up to what the other movies have done. But
it doesn't have to.
It's brand new.
Like the Rogue One is completely supplemental and it's kind of supposed to be.
Sure. But I'm just
rank or compete
for the sake of argument.
But I'd still say the top.
Your Rogue One is your all-time favorite Star Wars movie
ever.
See, and we're rewatching the prequels because I think it might be my all-time bottom Star Wars movie.
No, it's not my favorite Star Wars. I'm joking that because I know you love it. But definitely my favorite new Star Wars. I mean, the originals are. When you talk, what are your top Star Wars movies? You have to completely eliminate the first three because they're better than anything that's been out. So,
I'm talking about Star Wars. I was at a Rooms to Go looking at stuff for my kid's bedroom. She's kind of growing up, getting bigger. I'll throw a picture of the chat here, our Facebook group. Rooms to Go has a fucking land speeder bed.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so sweet.
I bet that's $5,000.
Yep.
My roommates bought it for me.
$700. Wow.
$700.
That's sweet looking, man.
They had a Millennium Falcon bed and this super dope TIE Fighter desk that I kind of wanted to buy.
I've seen that TIE Fighter desk. That thing's awesome. We thought about getting that TIE Fighter desk as like a front hallway table that you like set your keys and shit on. I love that the jets for the land speeder bed are little cubby holes that you can put shit in.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. Very cool.
Super cool. I'll take 2. No, seriously, I would need 2. A double wide land speeder. And then, thinking about The Force Awakens, I love The Force Awakens, and it gave me some serious feels. But would I put it over any of the originals? I don't know. I feel like I have to watch them all in order, close enough together to where I could make that judgment.
I feel like at some point, it's hard for me to look at Star Wars as
individuals,
not Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at some point, to me, it's just Star Wars.
Yeah, like if you're putting together your all-time favorite movies list, you would just put Star Wars, not Star Wars Episode 7.
Right, yeah.
Is it time for me to give my official rankings?
Yes.
All right, number 1, Spaceballs. Number 2, Attack of the Clones, but with the French language track turned on. Number 3, the Christmas special.
It's called the Holiday Special. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Holiday Special. Number 4, 4, 5, 6.
You forgot the Ewoks movie.
I haven't seen that one.
I fucking love that Ewoks movie.
So you've seen Attack of the Clones in French?
Yeah, it's great. You guys have never done that?
No.
Yeah, turn on Attack of the Clones, switch it over to the French language, and it's fantastic. Because all of the aliens have French accents. It's hilarious. That's the only way I watch that movie.
I bet you Hayden Christensen is decent in French.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a much better movie reading the dialogue than hearing it.
It feels like an indie movie, like an indie foreign film.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, no, it's a much better film.
I bet you I could learn French watching Star Wars in French.
How many baguettes are in Star Wars?
There is a lot of nonsense words.
But yeah, that's my legit rankings of Star Wars. Number 1 is Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is great, no lie. I would put Spaceballs above Rogue One.
Well, obviously, it's above all of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, in your rankings.
Yes. The one true ranking. It's the real ranking. I didn't choose it. I'm just the arbiter.
It chose me.
It chose me. I'm just here to dole out the truth.
So we didn't talk about Jose's week at all.
We finished Persons of Interest. And let me tell you what, man. The overall kind of story was pretty cool, but that last season just felt real rushed.
Well, so you guys can start Touched by an Angel next?
Well, we're wrapping up Lost. We're back on the island. And let me tell you something about Hawaii Five-0 that just bugged the fuck out of me. So they go. It's a ring of 3 chicks in bikinis who just rob people on bus tours. So a guy happens to get shot, he dies, and he happens to be getting played by somebody at the same time who's trying to take him for all his money. So it's just like a girl, a chick, a grifter. So they roll up onto one of these houses, and every time like they're ready, like they have like their gear. They have their flak jackets, their fingerless or their gloves. Like they're in go gear. So they open the door. The one guy has a gun, and they say 5-0. He turns around, and they just like fucking open fire on this dude. Just he's Jesus. Dead. The girl, the lady they're after, is unarmed, clearly unarmed. And she's just running out of the house. You know, she's just running from the cops. And they are fucking unloading on her. Just fucking firing on this lady, this unarmed lady. Like, you're not even cops anymore. You guys are a fucking
documentary.
gang. And then she jumps into the car, and they're just fucking unloading on this goddamn car.
I don't know if you watch the news, Jose, but that sounds pretty accurate to what I'm seeing in the world around me.
Well, then they're fucking spot on. God damn.
They were ahead of their time.
Y'all need to calm down, man. So
Jose walks in to have the Hawaii Division sensitivity training.
Oh,
hey, you guys.
Well, so speaking of possible homicide.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
So the other day, my sister's dog, you know, they did the
Oh, that's right.
Trim some bushes, weed whacked and shit, and mow the backyard. So some of the areas were fresh, and the dog gets all chewy and wants to play in the new area. So he starts digging under rocks. There's like this little garden, a little rock garden. Things are growing out of rocks and shit. So he starts digging like pretty deep into this rock garden. Like he is going specifically for something. He's not just like not looking for something. There is something he knows is there and he wants it. He fucking pulls out something that they think is a rock. There's like, stop chewing on the rock. You're going to fucking break one of your goddamn teeth. So they take it from him, and they're like, oh shit, this don't look like a rock. It fucking looks like a human bone. Like
so unsettling.
Like a joint. So I showed the picture to I was at Nate and Courtney's, and she's studying to be a nurse, and I show her the picture, and she's like, well, okay, it might not be human, but yeah, that's like a shoulder bone.
Yeah, that's
and
what
she's like, you see that indent? That indent is a blah 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 blah. She said like the medical term, and like that's where the collarbone goes, is in that indent. So it could possibly be a dog, like a large dog that was buried in the backyard, like a lab or something.
Sure.
But it could possibly be a fucking human shoulder.
I bet you the city of Orlando planted it there because you were breaking their whole giant chair story wide open.
Yep.
And they're going
to
call a tip into the cops.
Stops being a coincidence.
They're going to call in a tip to the cops, and they're going to have your sister arrested, and they're just going to dismantle your life. Just because you had to open your mouth about the giant chair.
God damn, nice.
I'm not saying the chair didn't exist. I'm just saying they're fudging history. Don't sell me on photoshopped bullshit that are supposed to be records.
They're fudging history by planting a body in your sister's backyard.
And when they do the DNA testing, I guarantee you it's the girl sitting on the chair.
Oh. Are they doing DNA testing?
Well, we haven't decided what to do with the bone. I haven't seen her since I found out that is definitely a shoulder bone.
Yeah, that's immediately what I thought when I saw it. But it's like just the knob. It's like the knob broke off of the humerus bone.
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna be humorous if it's a body.
So no one contacted anyone, and no one kept digging.
Not yet.
That's what I would want to do. I would want to keep digging.
Just forever.
Yeah. I just want to.
LaBeouf, there's holes.
Yeah, I hope it's like a velociraptor. Was the bone hollow? What did the bone
Could have been a
taste?
giant bird.
Yeah, what did it taste like, Jose?
That's a big fucking bird. I mean, what does it taste like? It didn't fucking gnaw on the bone. I'm not a savage.
Pussy.
That's how you get correct carbon dating. You got to gnaw on the bone and suck on it for a little bit. And it's like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? You lick it, and depending on how long it takes for you to get through the bone will determine how old the bone is.
All right.
So give that a shot.
Just dip in peanut butter, it'll be fine.
Cool.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Oh, man.
So looking for your Reese's Creamer.
So besides finding body parts in your sister's yard, what else have you been up to, Jose? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh, wink, wink. Uh-oh, segues.
Mahoney messaged me, what was it, Saturday when your video went live?
Yes.
He
Saturday.
messaged me with a screenshot of the Facebook post, and Mahoney was like, "Oh man, I was just listening to the podcast and Jose talking about that he was gonna have a video done by Tuesday, and here it is Saturday, and I was just about to message Jose and talk shit about where's this video at."
Oh, I went through some interesting shit putting that thing together.
Hey, no bullshit. I really liked it. That was very cool.
It was awesome.
This is very good.
So the premise is we're launching this series also on YouTube's and the websites, and it's basically we're going to take a look at the trailer of a movie, give our thoughts on it, our take going into it, and then back it up with the review of the actual movie and see what's up. See if if it was a Spider-Man 3 or a Judge Dredd.
Oh, I love it.
So we checked out.
You
Birth
should
of the
throw
Dragon.
that. You should throw that into your intro.
Ooh.
I love that because
that's a really good line.
That makes
Good.
perfect sense because that Spider-Man 3 trailer was amazing and the Dredd trailer was kind of lame. And you got completely different movies.
I'm writing that down. So it's Birth of the Dragon, the Bruce Lee semi-real, very exaggerated, not so real biopic. That's not a biopic because the lead guy is a white guy. And we don't really follow Bruce throughout the whole movie. He's in it a lot, which is pretty cool, but you know.
That guy
Birth of the Dragon, you think it'd be in it kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the white guy the dragon?
No, he's the dragon. It's just that all story progression goes through him.
Yeah, because
Like,
we need a
the fight really did happen, but the reason the fight happened was because it was to help him. He needed it. He kind of used him. Like in the story, he used him. He's like, "Oh, come on, you guys have to take on the mafia. The girl I fell in love with, their slave. You have to." It's like, what? What, boy? You know what our families had to do to get here? And you want us to go take on the mafia? Fuck you, white boy. I just think it could have been done a lot different. You know, if you're gonna, there's some good moments.
Yeah, it sounded like you didn't
Video.
did not like it.
The dude.
I did enjoy it, you know, but I did have fun, but it definitely has some legit faults to it. And it's still kind of fucked up that in a Bruce Lee movie, Bruce Lee isn't the main story focus. Like, we should always be revolving around him to progress the story, not coming back to him.
Right.
I really liked your idea of taking the guy who played Bruce Lee and kind of spinning him off into a new Bruce Lee series of movies, like either.
Fuck yeah, that I would watch. Like, if you're gonna
remakes.
just make it up, go do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because he looked really good.
Yeah, he played a good Bruce Lee, and you know, it was good. And he fucking check out his interviews. That man, you want to talk about put some clothes on? That motherfucker, his suit game is tight.
Yeah, he can wear some clothes.
Holy shit, that man can put some clothes on. God damn. So check it out. You know, they'll go up whenever the fuck we find a movie that we want to watch a trailer and review. There's more coming. We got some. Watch them YouTubes, folks. There's some shit brewing.
Well,
so this week, me and this guy, we're gonna go do the same thing, but for it.
Yeah.
We're gonna check it out.
No,
I'm excited.
Jose came over today and we busted out our
Trailer review.
We busted out our video lights for the first time in years.
Looks like a goddamn studio.
We set up a green screen. We had the whole thing set up. It was pretty intense. For, you know, one of the things Jose and I talk about a lot is it sucks that we shoot all these conventions and then we get home and the camera sits in a bag. So it was nice to shoot something that was ours for once.
Some legit.
Some creative output, you know. And it's funny, we're shooting this thing this afternoon, which went really well, and I completely missed when at 3:44 p.m. today I got an email from Warner Brothers with 2 tickets to an exclusive screening to see It tonight at 7:30.
Oh shit!
After we just bought tickets.
Yeah, we're seeing it Thursday night. Did you guys know that they don't do midnight shows anymore? Apparently.
Yeah, the whole plan was, okay,
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's go see a midnight show. Let's make it scary.
Extra spooky.
But they don't do midnight shows.
Yeah, apparently when they started doing these 7 o'clock on Thursday shows, you know, they'll do a 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. They don't fuck. We couldn't
I guess
find.
at that point was the point.
We couldn't find a midnight show for It. Yeah, exactly. What's the point? Why would you stay up until 12 on a Thursday to see a movie when it was already on at 7? So.
Yeah, I'm going Thursday with my brother and my mom. My mom's a huge King file. That'll be interesting. Because as much as she's a big King fan, she's not a big going to the movies fan.
Sure. But
Like,
she went and saw Dark Tower with you, right?
She did. And this will be the first time she sees 2 movies in a year and like forever. Like, it's funny. We didn't see a lot of movies when I was a kid in the theater. And I always said, oh, it's just too goddamn expensive and it's blah, 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 whatever. And then I became an adult, and I'm like, a movie ticket's like $8. What the fuck are you talking about? It's not expensive to go to the movies. You're just full of shit.
If you go on a Sunday morning, it's 5.
Yeah. And then I remember, like, when I was a kid, like, my stepdad would go, and I'd look up, and he'd have, like, 2 candies and a giant popcorn, like the half-gallon soda. I'm like, oh, he's spending $45 on concessions. So that's why I never got to go see fucking movies. Okay, I see how it is now. Right on. But this went great. The last time I took Mom to see a movie was, I think maybe I took her to see Iron Man 3. And I remember it was like Saturday, really busy, like, it may have been that weekend it came out after we came back from you guys' wedding, or maybe like the next weekend. Bottom line, it was very busy. Big movie weekend. And, middle of the day, she's driving around the parking lot, trying to find a place to park. And, like, the notion that it was going to be busy was totally alien to her. Like, so she's just driving around, like, getting more and more angry and, like, super fucking mad. And at some point, she just puts the car and parks in the middle of the aisle, walks away, and said, "Park this motherfucker and come find me." So I had to get out of the car, go to the driver's seat, and park the motherfucker and go find her.
Your mom is such a trip. I love her.
She marches to the beat of her own drum. Never get it. Park this motherfucker and come find me.
That's fantastic.
She threw $2 at you.
Yeah. Buy yourself something pretty, sweetheart. So yeah, be fun times.
And so watch Jose's video, everybody.
Yeah, it's really good.
You know, you want him to make more.
Yeah, I haven't checked out my Premiere situation since I rebuilt my computer. I'm not sure if it'll work or not, but I'd like to get on some of that action. Be fun.
It's coming, folks.
And all this free time I've got.
I have no video skills, so I'll just provide scripts.
Yeah, well, you know, you go on YouTube and not many people do have video skills, so you'd be right up there with the rest of the community.
That's not wrong what he's saying.
That's very true. But we're going to be better than them.
Goddamn right.
That's right. I love
We've got
because
professional videoers.
Because it was a WWE Studios film. I did love how Jose interjected all the WWE clips as kind of reactions to the Birth of a Dragon stuff. Angry Miz Girl was my favorite.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It was fun, you know, but so it did this weird fucking thing where when the clips touched, they would bleed over into each other. It just create like these flash frames.
Weird.
That you could never get rid of. So that was kind of a bitch.
He was fighting with that a lot. And how many takes did you say you did?
98.
Oh my god.
He did 98 takes of his script.
They said, "Oh fuck!" I looked down at the number and I said, "Nope, that's it. I'm not recording it."
You should have made it an even 100.
Rearranging and taking out. I am done pushing record. I set the mic as far away from me as possible.
I bet you number 100 would have been perfect. We didn't have that problem today, though. We kind of rolled right through it.
Went smooth.
It was loosey
And that was the
goosey.
other thing. So we will be appearing in this one.
Yes.
And you know it's just watch the videos. You guys will get them. You get the format. Sometimes you'll see us. Sometimes you won't.
Because Jose realized how difficult it is to cover an entire 14-minute video with clips that are only available on YouTube and not having an actual camera shot to cut to.
Yeah, that definitely was interesting.
Told you, man. Just go the what culture route and just throw some still images in there and throw some scale and position on them. There you go. Nice and slow.
I like video.
Yeah, video's nice. That's the way you get around it. And as of right now, I do not believe we have any copyright issues with it. So,
well, we shouldn't. It's all get off my back shit, man.
Jose really poured on the fair use in the description, real heavy. 50 views currently, not bad.
I copied that. That's like the official fair use thing.
Yeah. Where'd you copy it from? Facebook? copy and paste this as your status, and you won't get any copyright strikes on YouTube.
I remember somebody said something in a podcast I was listening to recently where it's like, you can have a 42-minute video on YouTube, but if you have, you know, a 2-minute clip of fucking REO Speedwagon song in your video, the entire video monetization goes to the record company for REO Speedwagon.
Yeah,
like
that's so fucked up.
You think a piece of it will? You want to share? Fine, but like, you know, you as the creative person get no piece of it at that point.
Right.
It hadn't occurred to me until I heard that. But I'm like, fuck, that's so true.
It's awful because REO Speedwagon had no part in shooting, editing the rest of that 42-minute video. And who knows? There might be music from other artists on there. There might be movie clips. Why does REO Speedwagon get all the... Didn't we see... Was it REO Speedwagon that we saw the dudes in the airport at LAX?
Yes. Yeah. It was like the bassist and the drummer or some shit.
Did we ever tell that story? We were headed to India for the last time last year, and at LAX we saw two members of REO Speedwagon. Jose knew that they were old rockers because they had that old rocker look, but he had to Google to figure out which ones
I was like they're like they, they had that old rocker look. Either they didn't want to give it up and they're trying too hard, or they're like legit rock and rollers who just, that's the old rock and roll look. So I'm like, they look so fucking familiar. I think that's REO Speedwagon.
I would not be able to pick REO Speedwagon out of a lineup.
Well, it's funny because I had just watched REO Speedwagon and another band live concert at Red Rocks that was just background noise. So like I had kind of just seen him a week or two ago. Sure. I was like, I just saw you.
I'm dropping this in the Facebook chat right now currently. Which ones were they, Jose? It's the dude 2 from the right. It was the guy with the soul patch, and I think the guy all the way to the left. Yeah, and they look super. They don't look super young in this picture, but they look young.
So the guy from Train and his mom.
They did look like a couple of heavy metal lesbian moms. Shuffling around LAX with no shoes on. Because we were at security. They weren't just being weird, senile old people. Hey, how about some of this?
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
We did not talk comics last week because Kelly hadn't really read anything. I thought we were going to talk about the end of Secret Empire, but either Kelly hadn't read it at that point,
I ain't reading that shit.
Or
it just came out this week, actually.
Right, but like there were spoilers out there, so.
Oh, okay.
I ain't fucking reading Secret Empire.
I did. I read Secret Empire.
I got better things to do with my time than read that trash.
Fuck every bit of Secret Empire.
See?
Fuck it right to death. So.
In Fear itself.
Way worse.
Oof.
Way worse. Because, like, at least Fear itself was kind of fun.
Good job, Matt Fraction.
Like, so this has your Captain America with his crazy Hydra armor, and he fights the real Captain America because all the shit we've seen where Captain America has been, like, walking through the forest and shit, that's been him talking to, walking through a fake world, like in Kubrick's Memories, the chick made of the Cosmic Cube. And so Bucky has this brilliant idea. Hey, they have one cube fragment they're missing. I'm going to dive into fake Captain America's chest, and we're going to go save the real Steve, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be in there with Kobik. I mean, huge fucking leap. But so Nazi Captain America, Hydra Captain America is like, using these powers to rewrite the world. So we've got like fucking, hydrifying all the monuments. He's like, great, cool. This is super rad. I'm really glad this is happening, you guys. I won. And then, real Captain America comes out. They fucking fight, and real Captain America wins. And luckily, I think it was on TV or something, so they could actually watch on TV as real Captain America came back to really kind of, give him some credibility with the public. So that's good. Good for them. We don't have to be like, hey, remember you guys, you saw it happen, so it really is a real Captain America situation. That's cool. And he wins, and fucking real Captain America hits him with Thor's hammer, and everything's fine. And then there's this like little montage on the page where it's like Kobik came and she, put the world back, and restored the order, restored the history that had been taken. So like, rewrote to where Captain America was never a Hydra guy. Like, but she left. What was it? She left the scars and wreckage, a reminder of our promise, never again.
So everyone woke up one day and was like, shit's all fucked. Why? What happened?
Yeah. And so that means that like Black Widow is still dead. Rick Jones is still dead. Vegas is still destroyed. Like, all because, again, this reminder of our promise never again, when like it wasn't anyone's fault. Like, it's not like this happened because the good guys were dicking around. Like, if it's anyone's fault, it's Kobik's fault. And she just chose not to bring them back. It's such a fucking dumb thing.
So wait, Black Widow's dead now?
Yes.
Oh, so that's why that Mark Waid, Chris
that
Somney series ended.
came to an end. Yeah, right. Yeah, because they decided to kill Black Widow in Secret Empire. I don't even fucking remember why. I think she tried to kill Captain America and he killed her. I don't
Oh,
remember.
all right.
I'm counting down the moments for it to come back because, like, goddamn, what a shit way for an excellent character to go out.
Yeah.
And then the Generations one shots happened between panels.
Oh,
Of
that's where they happen?
Of the same page. Yeah, like right below, they're talking about how, like, yeah, no, Black Widow's still dead. It's like, yeah, and like, some of us, and again, all the talk about, like, we, us, this is our moment, whatever. The narrator is never identified that I can tell in all 10 issues. Like, you never know who the fuck narrating the story. But it's like, hey, yeah, so those of us that, like, have, a fucking precursor or whatever, we got a chance to go through a journey of discovery, blink, blink, and we came back, we're better, restored, reborn. So, like, in between those panels are these Generations one-shots adventures. It's so fucking stupid.
God, what a bunch of horseshit.
And they got, like, an epilogue where the guy who threw up a lunchbox in the first issue comes back to his house.
Oh, man, is he throwing up more lunchboxes?
No, but it's got, like, Hail Hydra and Die Inhuman and, like, TP all over his house and all that shit. Because, like, you'll remember, everyone got on board with, like, Hydra occupied America real fucking fast. But he wakes up the next day and it's cool. His neighbors repainted his house. And they're like, hey, yeah, we're sorry we threw you in a concentration camp. Hey, why don't you give your kid brother this Captain America action figure? That's cool, right? Yeah, great. JK Law, bye. And that's the end. Like, it's real bad. Like, I don't like to shit on people's art, but everyone involved in this should be embarrassed. It's top to bottom, an awful story with some pretty good art across the board. It looked great, but it's so painfully fucking stupid and a disservice to every character involved. It's like, and again, it's one of those things where it's not like this was written in a vacuum. Like, Nick Spencer didn't get to just do this. He had to get okay to do this. So, like, everyone above him in the editorial should be ashamed of themselves.
And who's the writer behind this?
Nick Spencer.
Who
Who was, coincidentally pulling himself with Jonathan Hickman and is like, I'm taking a break from mainstream comics after this. So after
That's
Hickman,
gonna hurt him, I think.
oh yeah, because like he's a fucking peach on social media.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he should keep getting those consistent checks while he still can.
I might be making that up, but I think I heard that. Maybe I'm making that
So
up.
what's going on? He's just not good anymore?
Well, he doesn't know shit about Captain America. I'll tell you that much. He's not a
He's
Captain
good
America
at
writer.
on certain things, like the
So
fix
he's-
is great.
The
He's
fix
Zack
is
Snyder.
phenomenal when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've liked a lot of his stuff, but this entire thing has been front to back just a shit
I
sandwich.
dug the shit out of Bedlam.
Which one?
Bedlam?
Was that him?
Oh man, I forgot about that book.
That was him, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Jose and his hot takes on comics from 2012.
I think maybe it's just like he just had a very fucking bad idea for a Captain America story.
And everyone told him it was great and said, hey, how about we make it the flagship part of our line for 2017 and 2016?
Yeah. Maybe it's not all. That's what I'm saying. It's not all his fault. It's just not. It's not all his fault. Like, everyone above him should have fucking known better.
It's honestly, Jose brought up Fear itself, and that's actually an interesting comparison.
Yeah.
Because that's a book that got away from Faction. Because if you know about the backstory to that book going in, what it started as is not at all what it ended as.
No, it was like an arc of Thor.
It was going to be Astonishing Thor, co-written by Fraction and Brubaker. And then they're like, oh, why don't we just make this big event? And then Brubaker was like, hey, how about I not do this? And then Fraction's like, I guess I'll do this. And then it kind of snowballed from there.
And this just seemed like this Nick Spencer's pitch is all over for sure. But he also does that thing where he's like, where people when he did the Hail Hydra thing at the beginning of this Captain America thing, what feels like 2 years ago now, he was like, "No, fuck you. It's not a cosmic cube. It's not a cosmic cube. It's not." And it was totally the fucking cosmic cube because of course it was. Like, you know, the joy. Of course it was.
It was gonna go away, and that's what made it seem even longer because it was just the wait for it to go away.
Yeah, like I've never read a less permanent comic book story in my life.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're just every page like, well, this is not gonna mean anything at some point. Let's just get the fuck over with. This is bad. And then, you know, his the Sam Wilson part of it is just like, you know, it's like it's a white guilt, the Captain America story. Like it's really ham-fisted white dude writing black characters, which is fine. Like you can totally do that, but he can't. it's real bad, real fucking bad. And I didn't read a whole lot else this week, honestly. Read Deadly Class number 30. That was fucking cool.
That book's still great.
This is like it's just like the kids on a road trip. Like nothing real big happens kind of until the end, but you get these weird kind of like you know, it's like all these, you know, 80s teenage classes, you know, cast basically in a car. So you got your metalhead and your emo kid and your rockabilly kid. And then, I don't know. I like that book a lot. I think maybe the color has changed though, because it looks different somehow.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're changing up the colors just for this arc and to give it a different feel because it is like the second year or whatever.
Very well could be. Very well could be. But I like that book a lot. What else was good? Saga was great as always.
Yep.
Lots of Prince action in this one. Never too much Prince Robot. Also the crazy six-titted wolf midwife lady who's a nightmare in every picture she's in.
Boy, that was crazy.
Terrifying to look at, but super friendly and helpful.
Yeah.
like legit helpful character, but looks like a fucking nightmare. And then last thing, so I'm just a little bit caught up. Two things. Red Hood and the Outlaws, the annual, was pretty great. Because I know I'm the only person alive reading that book, but I like that book quite a lot. You got your Red Hood and his gang teaming up with Nightwing to fight KG Beast. That was kind of fun. I like that one. And then Optimus Prime number 10 was kind of interesting because you've got a lot of it is Alpha Trion telling what is probably like a parable, like a fable of like the old days of ancient Cybertron to kind of the main cast of like leaders that are assembled, and the Starscream no selling the moral, which I thought was kind of awesome. He wraps his big tail and Starscream's basically like, fuck you. It's pretty great because Starscream is the fucking best in these books. Yeah, that's all I really got to talk about. What do you got, Kelly?
Let's see. DC put out the 2 more of the Kirby specials, one of them being the Dark Side special, and that was really good. Really worth checking out if you like Dark Side. Second issue of Go-Go Power Rangers came out, and man, we live in a world with 2 great ongoing Power Ranger comics.
Yeah, is it still good? I haven't read that one yet.
The fuck? What did we do to deserve this embarrassment of riches?
I love the way Kelly pronounces the title of that book as if the Power Rangers dance in a club in a cage at night. You know, Go-Go Power Rangers.
Yeah, Go-Go Power Rangers.
I was talking to somebody the other day about how, like, I remember not long ago, like, licensed books were just, you know, you can assume they're going to be terrible.
Oh, yeah, they were the worst trash.
Yeah, but now, like, you know, the Power Rangers books are really good. I dig that Rick and Morty comic. I like that Zim book.
Is the Rick and Morty good?
It is. The Rick and Morty comic does the job of filling the gaps when there is no Rick and Morty on TV. Like, it's pretty good.
Cool.
If you like the current Rick and Morty books, you should definitely check out Rock Candy Mountain by the same writer.
Rock Candy Mountain, all right.
That's the one with the hobo code and all that stuff. And
oh yeah. You know about that. Matter of fact, there is like practically nothing coming out for me tomorrow. I might check that out.
Yeah, it's really worth reading. What else came out? I read the first volume of a newer manga called Delicious in Dungeon. and it follows a group of like
like this girl I used to date.
yeah. It follows this group of like adventurers in kind of fantasy world. They're exploring this dungeon, and they're kind of bad at it, so they don't have a whole lot of money. So then they meet up with this other dude who's like a really good chef, and they just start cooking and eating the monsters in the dungeon.
That's cool.
It's pretty great. It's a pretty great cooking manga. My favorite one was the living armor that they were fighting.
Wait. So it's a cooking. Was like the focus is on the cooking and not the dragon slaying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fucking Japan, you guys.
Yeah, my favorite was there's the living armor and the main character that was like his big nemesis. Like they had chased him out of the dungeon in the past and killed one of his former compatriots, and for whatever reason he was obsessed with trying to eat it. And they're like, dude, it's armor.
That's
you can't eat armor. And
he's like, fuck
well,
you. Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah, he's like, well, you can like boil a shoe and make it into soup. I'm like, no, you don't do that. So eventually they're fighting the living armor, and he busts the head off of one and kind of knocks it apart. And he's looking at it, he's like, there's got to be a way to eat this.
That's pretty funny, actually.
And he looks at the inside and notices that there's this kind of ridge in the armor. So he pokes at it with his sword, and the inside of the armor flakes off. And then there's this kind of like mollusk inside.
That's fucking
and he discovers they're just a bunch of like weird snail things. And he's like, we can cook these.
That's pretty funny. But like way worse than having an actual mollusk. That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had we went to some fancy hotel restaurant in Vegas, and I got the mixed seafood linguine, right?
Okay.
I like seafood. They have a pasta dish out, but like it's this big plate of pasta, good sauce, and like some shrimp, whatever. But then also like oysters and mussels and shit, like still in the shells. I just dropped like 6 shelled mussels into my pasta. I'm like, oh, so I gotta fucking take my food apart before I eat it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that. If I'm gonna take it apart, I want like all of it to be the kind of food I take apart.
Yeah,
I don't want it mixed in with the other stuff.
Exactly. But like this is not an armor full of that. It was like a handful. I would be so pissed if I was that guy's friends. They're gonna take apart an entire fucking armor full of shell guys. That guy's a dick.
And there's also a good chapter about them fighting a basilisk and trying to figure out what the real head was, the chicken head or the snake head.
Oh, but basilisk is delicious.
Oh man, Freeform was bumping this weekend with Harry Potter, all Labor Day weekend. I took so many good naps.
Always good for a nap, that HP.
And then the only other thing I've been reading was in the mail. I got a book by Tomorrow's Publishing. It is called Kirby 100, and to celebrate Kirby, what would be his 100th birthday, they got 100 different comic artists to talk about and critique their favorite Kirby page. It's really cool so far and super informative. And there's some guys that'll just go through the page and kind of really deconstruct it. And then there's other guys that just totally ignore whatever page they were talking about and just like tell whatever story they wanted to tell. But like I will say, while I've gotten out of the comic book writing about game, if you want to write about comics and you're not sure how to approach writing about art, this is a book you need to read, because you get artists talking about art and you should see the kind of points that you can look at and how to deconstruct it without saying, oh, this is bad or oh, this is good.
Right.
Most comic book reviewers don't know how to talk about art in any capacity. So I really think this is a book that comic journalists should definitely pick up.
Well, I mean, comic journalist, that's kind of an oxymoron, so...
Well, yeah.
These days. You're just making a joke, aren't you?
Listen, they think very highly of
you.
themselves.
Might as well have said Pegasus unicorns should pick up this book.
and stuff. You got anything nice we're talking about?
No.
Top 15 books you should pick up if you're a comics journalist. Number 1 of Mice and Men. We should just take you out back and shoot you in the head. That's it.
Classic. We watched the rest of round 1 of the Mayoung Classic, and I believe we're 1 episode into the second round. And
nice.
It is difficult to try and spot us in the crowd because we are sitting to the left of the camera for the later rounds. The left of the hard
yeah,
camera.
I never saw you guys.
We're in that that back corner, but it was great live, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, I binged all 4 of the second batch of episodes yesterday. There's some good stuff in there.
I told you on Twitter that I was loving your takes on the Mayoung Classic, and you called it the best match of the entire tournament was Kairi Sane, Bianca Belair. And
yeah, that was really good.
Live, that was amazing. Hearing the in case I didn't talk about it, Kairi Sane is the little Japanese chick who is a pirate. And she drops this amazing elbow. And then Bianca Belair is this jacked black chick with this long fucking braid that almost touches the mat. It's so long.
That's an insane look, man. I've seen pictures of her.
She
crazy.
uses it as a whip. She uses her braid as a whip, and it sounds like Indiana Jones cracking through Full Sail.
Yeah,
it gives you goosebumps.
Disgusting. Like, I saw her at the NXT house show I went to a few weeks back, and it's gross. Like, it's just like, oh no, they just got whipped for real.
Yeah. It's a great gimmick, man.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
As much as that's a great gimmick, that's like one of the number 1 wrestling is bullshit things, though, because if I'm fighting that chick, I'm grabbing that motherfucker immediately and not letting go.
Right.
You know? Like,
well, I mean, you're not allowed to grab hair. That's against the rules.
Yeah.
But nowhere in the rules does it say that you can't use your hair.
I'll let this bitch hit me with it and not get a handful of it myself. Out of your fucking mind.
Which I feel like the fact that she could use her hair is definitely bending the rules somewhere, because it's not like I could, if I had long hair, I could shove it in someone's mouth and choke them to death with it.
Right.
Yeah, you can't bite people just because you have teeth.
You can't take your shoe off and just beat someone with your shoe.
Hey, don't tell that to Conan.
Fucking, he used to chuck his shoe at people, didn't he?
He did. It was one of my favorite things.
I remember that now. Oh, Conan.
What you got, Jose?
He gone.
I did. Well, I had a second draft that I did not get fucked over on. Thanks, ESPN.
Oh, a football draft.
Yeah. So that's my comic book story.
Yeah, well, you're still going to lose.
After all,
You're still going to lose in both leagues. So good
We'll
draft.
see about that.
Good draft
We'll
or
see
not.
about that.
Yeah, we will see. I do believe I have a bet with Juan to where if Juan takes the belt from me this year, I will stick my hand in a toilet. And
Yeah, okay.
if Juan loses, he has to go see John Cena as Shazam.
Why would you not want to see that?
Apparently, Juan is very much against seeing John Cena play Shazam.
That's like the best casting.
Wait. That's real?
It's a rumor right now.
that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how you could look at that and be like, nah.
Well, then, even more reason why is The Rock not fighting him?
But look, here's the thing. At the end
Who
of
does
the day,
Juan want to be him? To be
say what
Shazam?
you will
I don't know.
about John Cena's wrestling. He's a really good dude, and he's really funny. like I would watch him play Shazam.
He's getting bald though. Mary noticed it on Raw this week, I believe. His hair is a little longer than usual, and it is getting thin in the back.
Oh,
That's why he
that,
wears hats.
Yeah, I know what that's about.
Now it makes sense.
Speaking of John Cena, tomorrow Total Bellas comes back, and I am excited.
That commercial they've been showing with pregnant Brie and just super round Nikki is just. I might have to watch that.
I was gonna say that's gonna be right up your alley.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, man. We're gonna be in a golden age of reality television. We got Total Bellas coming up on Wednesday, and then a week from today, a week from right now. Not only do we have new Crisley Knows Best, we have the debut of his talk show, According to Crisley. It's a power hour.
God
2
damn it.
Crisley shows. It's gonna be great.
He's got his own show, huh?
Yeah, it's a talk show meets like a hidden camera show. It's kind of almost like a Conan O'Brien.
Chris Jericho's in one of the commercials.
Ridiculous.
I'm
There you go.
excited.
Does he have Fozzy on as like his house band?
I hope so.
That'd be fucking cool. All right. Yeah, and that does it for this week.
Solid.
For whatever reason, the Roots are there being his house band.
Let's do this shit again next week. I think it's a good idea.
Sure.
Yeah. Fuck it. I got nothing better to do. It's fine.
I mean, I could be watching Crisley. I don't know.
Oh, that's true. But Kelly's will be calling from across the room. Yep.
Sure does know best, guys.
Yeah. Email. Oh, you know what? I didn't even check the email. So if you wrote us, I apologize. Do it again. Popcast@PanelsOnPages.com. Or I'll leave us a voicemail, 616-951-1POP. Let me just say real quick, though, guys. At the end of last week's show, you're like, we'll tell you the mail stuff, but I don't know what. Motherfucker, I've been saying this every week for 10 years. How do you not know this shit?
But that's usually at like 1 a.m. That information is not for me. That's not information I think that I need.
Look that shit up by osmosis, motherfucker.
I'm not going to email you.
All right, we'll be back next week, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, at youtube.com/panelsonpages. For Jason Nines, Jose Guzman, and Kelly Harris, I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. We'll talk to you guys later. Night. Love ya. Bye-bye.
wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo! Boo!